Alright, guys. I guess this was kind of long overdue, seeing how Rick James has now made 3 videos trying to trash talk me. But before we get into any of that, I have to make my disclaimer just like he has, because you know how this league can get. This video is not associated with UGC in any way. If this video is posted on the UGC forums or anywhere relating to UGC or TF2 Center or anything, it's not my responsibility. They're just dumbasses putting it on the forums. If I ever notice it, then I will contact an admin and tell them to take it down, because this has nothing to do with UGC. This is just to squash a little troll bug who's trying to nip at my arm multiple times. Alright, let's get into it. We've got a little fellow here, Rick James. He's kind of upset because I took part in banning his buddy Timba. If you guys don't know who Timba is, well, he is a player. He was the heavy of retirement plan. The team who was carried by Sherm and Dan Twist. I congratulate both of them. They did really well in their season. Not to say that no one else on their team did well, it's just they were obviously the best players. And Timba, in this time, made a video about me, because Battle Mage thought he would be funny, interview me about the match against them on DAT's historically worst map, CP Steel, and I said that we were going to watch out for Dan Twist and Sherm, but, and here's the quote everyone knows, I'm more concerned about Sherm than I am about Dan Twist. I recognized that Dan Twist is a good sniper, and he did a good job. And I had some troubles at times because I was focused on other things. That's how sniping is. If you have issues with the entire team, it is hard to counter a sniper, especially if he's not being punished for doing dumb shit. And in the end, yes, Dan Twist got a collateral on me. If you look back at the tape, I could not see him. To counter that, I collateraled his medic in the next half. It happens. Whatever. Moving on. Timba then, in the last, I don't know, month or so, put out a string of videos knocking my medic friend Heidi. She was kind of an idiot in a tryout. Yeah, that happens. And it became another thing. And Heidi didn't like that, so she got rid of the VOD. At least I think she did. I can't really remember. But then Timba decided, I'm going to post the VOD on my YouTube just so everyone for sure can know that this happened. And Heidi's like, no, that's stupid. I'm not going to let you do this. So she contacted me because she knew that I had admin friends, and she's like, hey, are any of the admins on right now? Because we need to add them and then get them into our mumble. And I'm like, well, Komori's away, so let's talk to Smobo. He's online. And she's like, cool, can you just get him into our mumble? Yeah, sure, why not? So we got Smobo into mumble. Heidi and Willmatic were in there with me and Smobo. We stated our case. Well, Heidi did, and then I just referenced the fact that Timba also made a video about me, and Smobo was like, yeah, it was a really dumb fucking video. You had nothing, there was nothing you could really do. So Heidi is like, well, this is really dumb. People shouldn't be able to just do this, especially when they have nothing to do with that team. And Smobo's like, yeah, you're right, I'll talk to Timba. So Smobo talked to Timba. And Timba was like, oh, whatever. And then made a video making fun of Smobo. You fucking idiot. And once that video was out, Smobo banned Timba for admin harassment. That's pretty hilarious. Like, it's so funny to see trolls not realize when they go too far. And then it gets them a league ban. But then I said in one of Timba's videos, because he said that I was okay, I said something along the lines of that feeling when Timba doesn't realize I helped Heidi. So Rick James got really pissed off and decided that he was going to roast me, but he doesn't actually know what a roast is, and it was just a string of insults about like me being autistic, retarded, that I failed to commit suicide. That was something. And then proceeded to like make fun of my UGC Highlander division history and pull up logs of matches that really like had nothing to do with him. And honestly, I was just gonna pass it off as like, okay, this is just a troll being a troll. It's whatever. Like, I made a comment, and then he responded to that comment with another video, which, I mean, I guess I should have expected that. I was expecting him to comment on the comment itself, so I took the comment down because he hadn't responded yet. I had no idea he was planning to make a video about it. So whatever. But still, it was just more autism quotes. Oh, also, like, he said that I'm dating my mom or something? I don't know. That's really weird. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so we're gonna go down the list of things that he's said and just kinda. Now I'm tired because I just woke up, like, I don't know, a half hour ago. So my eyes are kinda like red and they look like I'm tired. But I don't know. My hairline's been like this forever. If you look at any pictures as a kid. Then he said something about like my pizza face. I don't see zits. I don't know. He's kind of an idiot. Yeah, we know. Another thing was the bracelet that I had, or the wristband. So the one in the picture that he's talking about with me holding the lightsabers, which those lightsabers are pretty cool. If you think that they're like retarded or something, well, you're just equally retarded because lightsabers are cool. Star Wars is cool. I have a poster right there that's for Star Wars. Whatever. It's an interest. If you don't like Star Wars, that's fine. You're probably a Trekkie and you're just even more retarded.
Boom. Roasted.
But yeah, so that wristband, I was a lifeguard for 4 seasons. And for every once a month, we had to do audits for the water park. And if you took part in the audits, so you either got filmed watching your water, or you took part in scenarios. So I took part in an observation once, exceeded that, got a pin for my hat. I don't know where my hat is. It's somewhere behind me. It's whatever. And then the wristband was because of a scenario. You got a wristband if you exceeded that part of the audit. So like we would do like rapid extractions, or like if someone hurt their neck or spine, we need to know how to get them out of the wave pool and stuff like that. So we got one of those and it was really cool. Except those things are like really thin, and I've always had issues with my wristbands breaking because I'd constantly taking them on and off. So actually now I've got a wristband from my one of my friends. They got me for Christmas. Like they got everybody little trinkets. But yeah, it's like a Harry Potter Hogwarts. It says Hogwarts on it. It's got all the houses. I think it's really cool. I mean, you guys are probably just, well, he's probably going to try and make fun of it now and say that I'm retarded for liking Harry Potter or something. I don't know. If he's just going to make fun of my interests, well, I mean, then who cares? He's being petty. I don't care. Oh, and then there's a part about, like, me wearing khaki shorts at China or something like that. Well, they're tan cargo shorts, for one. 2, I was in China at the Great Wall. I mean, I know that you haven't gone outside of your small town in South Carolina or Texas or wherever redneck state you're in, but, like, some people actually enjoy going outside of the country to either learn about the places or study there, because I was in China for school. It's pretty cool. And, yeah, I don't know. On to the next part. So, Rick talked about my competitive experience, so here it is. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of steel and silver. That's fine. If you know literally anything about my team, all of those medals that you see on my player page were on teams that I honestly was not really proud of. Except for maybe Iron and the second season of Steel. Because after that, it just kind of went to shit, where I wanted people to get more serious, and my co-leader didn't. And that kind of sucked, because at that point, Seth, yes, Rick, the Seth who defended me in your comments, because yes, he did give me a lot of shit, and yeah, he was kind of an ass, because he's the kind of the reason why I have all of these steel and silver experience medals. And then We finally got, well, he stepped down, but he was going to get cut that season 16, but we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, all of these seasons 11 through 15, are seasons in which I I wanted people to get better, but either people didn't care, people had to leave literally the week before the season started, and that's why we went 3-5 in silver because I had to scramble, or we were all just brand new like iron. And then let's talk about season 16. That is the summer season of 2015. This is the season where I picked up Rondego and Schwartzy. We played our week 1 Highlander match, and everybody thought Rondego was a hacker because of our logs. So our first half is the one that we lost, and that's fine. It happens, and we kind of turned it around in the second half. So if you see, Rondego went 23-4. I went 28-15, and Braid, our demo that week, also went 28-15. We kind of stepped it up from whatever our first logs were. It was pretty good. We shifted how we played, and we countered them. And then in the overtime, the one where they could not cap last because we had our last hold that just, like, they had to pause. Ultimate Batman had to pause because he needed to, like, take 5 minutes to figure out how to break us. And they still didn't break us. That was the best part. But the thing in question was how Rondego went 46-5 and 23-4 in the second half. But people don't realize that my entire team went ham that half. I did, Lieutenant did, Braid did, and then we all top fragged, and then it was Robin of EXE. But anyways, that match got overturned, and then I had to pick up Neon Charmander and his friends, who were honest, like, aside from Ranga, they were just, like, not really that great of people. And I wasn't really proud of that team. And then season 17, which the medal isn't up there yet, is the season where I was actually happy with them. And Rondego came back, and we were able to have a relatively decent season. Yeah, we only went 5-3, but it's whatever. It was basically a brand new team, brand new insight on that, and I was pretty happy. So now let's look at Rick James, see if he has any reason to make fun of the fact that I have seasons of steel and silver galore. So he had a season of iron, a season of steel. If you look at their records, they did well. Good for them. Then they go to silver. Their season 15, they went 5-3 and then 4-4, which honestly that's kind of bad if you're regressing. And let's take a look at their actual match history. So season 15, the season they went 5-4. So they went 0-2 at the beginning. After the first 4 matches, they were 1-3, meaning they were at, like, the bottom. So they played all of the bad teams of that season to get themselves into, I don't even know what place, but they were 5-3, barely sneaking in. Either they snuck into playoffs at, like, the 16th or 15th slot, or this is consolation playoffs, and they lost that pretty badly, 4-1. Ouch. So you did one of those things where you played all the bad teams to get yourself a spot in playoffs.
Boom. Roasted.
And then we're going to look at season 16, which a lot of these teams look familiar. So you went 2-2. Oh, you went 2-2 in both halves of the season. But then you lose to PTFO week 8. Come on, man. Like, you're talking all this shit, but you can't even beat a team that we beat? That's pretty bad.
Boom. Roasted.
And now, like, you don't even do anything in this league. Like, I don't get why you're making all these videos. You're really irrelevant now. And the only reason I'm making this video is just to show you how irrelevant you are. Oh, you also pulled up logs. That's going to be fun to look at. So, you cherry-picked logs of us getting destroyed by Faking Gay. Which, yeah, It's not like I'm hiding the fact that we got destroyed by Faking Gay. That happens. We got destroyed by SSVW too. People have already pulled up those logs, so I guess you didn't want to pull those up. So, I just was curious to see how easy it would be to cherry pick your logs and find maybe one or two bad logs. Because everyone has bad logs. If you've lost in a game, your logs are probably not going to be very good. Unfortunately for you, Rick, I found a lot of logs that were not very good. So I found this, I don't know if these are scrims or matches, but I know that these are Hebs things. So that's all that matters to me. So 8 and 13, bottom fragging above the engineers who are supposed to bottom frag on a 5 CP. That's, come on, man.
Boom. Roasted.
Another 5 CP, 5 and 9. You're making fun of me for getting destroyed, but you have all of these logs where you're just doing awful. Look, and then in this one you legitimately bottom fragged. 8 and 18. Whew.
Boom. Roasted.
6 and 11. Bud, what are you doing with your life?
Boom. Roasted.
4 and 9. How did your NG get 0 frags?
Boom. Roasted.
10 and 13. I mean, you still went negative on Swiftwater.
Boom. Roasted.
CP Steel, bottom fragging is heavy when they're heavy top fragged.
Boom. Roasted.
This is what I'm talking about. You're talking so much shit, but you have no reason to talk shit. Okay, before I get into my final concluding thoughts, there's only one more thing left, and that's him saying that I'm dating my mother. I mean, I didn't know that someone could actually come up with that, but then I thought for a second. I mean, you've all heard Rick James talk, and if you haven't, you should go hear him talk. The dude is either from like the South, or he is like a fake redneck, or maybe he's the spawn of like some incest thing in his family, and that's why he has that like shitty Southern accent.
Boom. Roasted.
So when I thought about that, it made sense that he would make like an incest joke, because he's probably really insecure about either being the spawn of incest or like his parents molesting him. And maybe he has like some bastard half brother, half son with his mother, which would really suck for him. So when he's trying to insult my really good relationship, he's really just insecure about his own family.
Boom. Roasted.
Alright, so, concluding thoughts. We're both silver. That's how it is. I know that I'm in silver. The fact that you can't get over that fact is pretty sad. I've been working hard to get out of this division, and finally I have the materials to do it. You, on the other hand, have been irrelevant for the past year. There is nothing that you can say or do to bring me down, because I'm enjoying myself playing this game, making my YouTube content, making friends. Like, it's very easy to meme on someone, but when you don't actually know anything about them, then a lot of your stuff just looks petty and wrong. So think before you make a response video to this. Think, do you actually have something that would actually upset me? Do you have any actual legitimate claim about me that isn't ad hominem, that isn't a straw man argument, that isn't any other logical fallacy that you've been just spewing out of your videos? Because if not, well then we're just done here.
Boom. Roasted.